So I'm combining two things here. We're about to go over a merge function with lists. And they merge two ordered lists. So what you see here is the overall setup when it comes to, let's see here, looks like we have a student list. We have two different lists here that are being highlighted right now. And you're adding those items to it. You have another list, which frankly is a forward list. And I don't think I use it for the next example. But I wanted to show you the overall setup. And again, this looks familiar, doesn't it? It looks like there's nothing crazy with this. So ignore the highlighted blue part right there. But here's where the list merging comes into play. It acts like a merge and a sort. And it does not work unless your list is ordered in some particular order. And the final result is a new merged list that's in order of the compare function that they're using. So if you see the two setups here, the two separate lists, we had them sorted using the compare function, and now we're merging those two. That's going to end up being your new merged list of the two sets. So there might be some minor confusion with this. So what I want you to do is go ahead and draw out what the lists originally looked like. Now remember, there's what it originally looked like with the compare function that they were given, which by the way does it by score. So for both those lists, they're done by score. And then when you merge those two together, and then go ahead and draw it out, see what the list should look like, and then I'm going to go over an answer with you here in a moment. So let's look at the files for this exercise, or I really should an example more than anything else. I'm going to do an ls. Here's my drop. By the way, we're using student instead of player. And also, I made one minor adjustment to student.cpp on the overloaded operator to put the names all in one line. But that's the only code changes that I made, and that's really dumb simple. So that's the good news. So again, the make file, I'm going to do cat make. I mean, the real stuff's in the driver here. Voila. Now, let's take a look at the driver. Now, so what's happening here is that I am creating two separate lists. And in those lists, I'm putting 5 individual students into the lists. And notice there's no duplicates. After that, I am going to head and sort each list by the compare function, which frankly did it by score. After I've compared both lists, or sorry, compared is right, but the organized or sorted the lists individually, then I merge them all together. So that's what's happening in the highlighted portions here of first sorting the two individual lists, then displaying the individual lists that have now been sorted, and then merging them together and displaying that overall merged set. So what's showing up here on the other side, or what's going to show up here in the code here, is the overall set and run. So make run. And again, the code should show up here on the side here to kind of mimic what's going on between the two. But again, these were the first lists just created. These were the first lists now sorted using the compare function. And then finally at the very, very end, it's everything merged together. So notice that merge worked with all of the data here and getting them in the right order. Because notice, the order was set. Let's just put it that way. That is the beautiful part about using this overall set of list functions from the STLs.